All right. We are live. What's up, everyone, on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube, wherever you're tuning in from. Today, got a special guest. First off, I'm your host, Kevin Daisy, and welcome to another live recording of the Managing Partners podcast. Today, I have Amber Sheppard joining me from Louisiana.
Thanks for having me, Kevin. I'm excited to be here, as well as my dog, Tubbs. You can see how excited she is. She's sleeping. She's very excited. She loves television.
She looks like she's having a good old nap. So we're going to get more into learning more about Tubbs here in a bit and get to meet her. So her?
Yeah, her.
Her. Okay. I'm going to mess that up. So, yeah, I can't wait to hear your story. And, me and Amber were talking a little bit backstage, and, I mentioned her branding and kind of that unique style. So with that, if you're tuning in now, later, watching this, go check out her website and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just below on the screen. I'll also put that in the comments so you can see what she has going on and check her out. Let me put that in there now.
All the jokes are my own on the website. So if you don't laugh, it's my fault. If you do, it's still my fault.
So just blame her either way, not me. Excellent. So let's get right into it. And we want to hear the Amber Sheppard story. So kind of how did you get on this track to become an attorney and to having your own firm?
So I have a strange story to get into law, and I think probably most people that come on the podcast probably do too. I didn't have anyone in my family that was a lawyer. No one in my family went to college. I was just the dorky kid that would pick up the biggest, thickest books that I could find. And in fourth grade, I found John Grisham's The Rainmaker, which is pretty thick, okay? You're in fourth grade. Fourth grade's like 2 years old. I did not need to be reading this. But I found it and I read it and I was like, oh, I really enjoyed this book. And my fourth grade teacher was like, okay, Amber, I'm glad you enjoy reading that. Probably not the subject material for a 10-year-old, but thank you. So I ended up wanting to be a lawyer from that. And then fast forward, I ended up going to Southeastern College in Hammond, Louisiana. I clerked for a law firm there, just to see if I liked the law. Because like I said, nobody I knew had a law firm. I really wasn't sure what lawyers did except for on TV. And as lawyers who are watching this, like TV that's not real. Like, that's not what we do. Wish sometimes my trials went that fast and went that way for me all the time. But it always happened that way. So I clerked for them to make sure it was something that I liked to do. And I did. And I went to law school in Mississippi. And so while I was in law school, I did what every other law school student does. I was an Olympic weightlifting athlete. I opened up my own nonprofit. It was a strength sport nonprofit that still exists. It's called Mississippi Barbell. It's the largest of its kind in Mississippi. It's still running and kicking. But I decided that while I was in law school, aside from just working, I was going to have another job, another full-time job. And then I was going to be an athlete on top of that. It's real. I was real smart. So I ended up, when I finished law school, I had worked a bunch of jobs during law school, like clerking. And then of course with barbell and lifting, I was real burnt out. Really burnt out. I didn't want to take the bar exam. I'm pretty sure a whole bunch of folks probably agree with me that are listening. I didn't want to take the bar exam. So for 2 years, I ran my nonprofit exclusively, but then I was also the director of operations for a national gym management company. I ended up increasing the revenues over those 2 years, about 80%, closing deals, all those different things. So I learned a lot in the business world just by getting my hands dirty and doing it. And it was really just to slave off the time that I had to take the bar exam because I was burnt out. But of course, you're like, Amber, you're here. Like, you have a law firm. I eventually did take the bar exam, okay? And I passed it first time. Thank you. In Mississippi. and then in Louisiana. And Louisiana's home. So after 7 years, I moved back here in Slidell, which is where I'm at now. And I ended up working with another firm for about 4 years of counsel. We did primarily family law, personal injury. I also did some public defender work for child in need of care cases. That's when folks get their kids taken away for whatever reason, and you go to court for it to terminate their rights. But I ended up doing that. And in April of this year, I'd always had this firm. I'd always had it kind of on the side, but I was being of counsel and I didn't give it as much time or energy as I could have. I just got really burnt out on family law. Kudos to everyone that does family law. We do amazing work, but it wasn't my passion. I was bringing the work home with me. And, as most folks know, I don't mind. And most folks don't mind working at home. It's that emotional baggage that comes with it. And you're thinking about it constantly. And it was just too much. So I decided, okay, I'm just going to go full throttle. And I'm just going to be Sheppard Law and Tubbs, who's snoring behind me. That's my dog. And so what I primarily do now is business law, but with a focus on small business. So the mom and pops, and I like to see them grow into, I've got an international brand. So we take them from baby steps and we grow with them. But I also do wills and successions. So preparing folks for what they want, to happen to their kids or their property or their stuff. Why am I explaining this to lawyers? You guys, I could just say the word. You're like, okay, Amber.
I'm learning stuff. I mean,
okay, you're like, calm it down. We know this. So I focus on small business, wills and successions, but then I also do, it's my little niche here and I'm really enjoying it. Service dog laws. So if I'm talking too much, Kevin, you just
interesting.
ask the question.
No, this is your story, not mine.
So I do service dog laws and a lot of mental health advocacy. I present at schools, organizations, businesses, because Tubbs, who is snoring behind me, is my service dog. So I like to promote and destigmatize, what service dogs do, what they don't do, and things like that. So that's kind of where we're going with Sheppard Law and me.
That's really cool. I like that. So, and I'll get to like some of the questions about kind of the unique style, the branding with your dog and all that stuff. I love all that and what you're doing. But also it sounds like, I would think I own a business, of course, wills and a succession and all that stuff is tied. There's business owners require just more assets, using more things. That I assume that's a good segue in for your business clients that they also need those services as well.
It is. I've gotten a lot of good feedback from my business, either my business folks that need that extra step, that we can't do in their operating agreement or bylaws, but then also from the folks that come to me for wills and successions, or when later they want to open a business or they want to bring you into what they're doing there. So it's been nice to marry the two and to marry my two past lives, I guess, the business world and then the wills and all that good stuff.
Excellent. So I want to ask, so you really just kind of went all in on this in April this year?
I did. So
Awesome.
I had the practice open in Louisiana since 2017. And I had constantly, we'll talk about marketing, but I constantly been posting and I keep my content fresh. But I really solely focused on it, just me, and putting all my eggs in that one basket in this year, in April.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
I mean, that's a huge step for everyone. Entrepreneurship, it's always that, when did you go, okay, this is what I got to do, and you just kind of go all in. So that's good.
Yeah.
So, well, let's talk about marketing. How are you getting clients? What has been, so far worked for you? It says it sounds like you're doing some posting, some marketing, but other than referrals, really, that's obviously number one, always the top thing that people talk about. But I always try to okay, what have you done that's not referral based that has worked? So share anything you've done that you feel has helped you and that you're going to probably continue to do going forward.
So one of my biggest pet peeves with businesses in general or, lawyers is being disingenuous with their marketing. Like, okay, I can, and no offense if anyone does this, it works and you guys make globs of money. It's just not me. And people could tell it's not me, 18-wheeler accident commercials. Wonderful if you do them. It's not me, obviously. So I built my brand around my mantra, and it's be fierce and kind. So you can be a real strong advocate for yourself, for your clients, for your community, but you don't have to be you don't have to be rude about it. I was going to say a non-clean word, but you don't have to be rude about it, right? So that's kind of what I gel all of my branding together with and with my marketing. So what I do is from jump, when I started my Facebook page and my Instagram page, I got a social media content manager who came on with me. We discussed my voice, how we want things done. everything that I do is branded, and Array's really good with doing this too. They've got blue everywhere. Well, guess what? My colors are blue too. If you look on my Facebook, on my website, on my Instagram, there's blue in every single thing that you see, even if it's little super teeny tiny. So
Subtle hint.
Yeah, it's a little subtle. This is not subtle. This shirt's not subtle.
I got a black shirt on. Sorry.
Yeah, well, it's okay. Maybe next time, Kevin, you can get the brand colors on there, but they won't fire
I got
you.
a card. I'll probably send you a handwritten card after this. It's all blue. Boom.
There we go. Don't tell Coldplay. They like yellow. It was all yellow. Anyway, so I really went full force on Facebook and Instagram. I just got on TikTok recently. Oh my gosh, like my throat is all crazy. I don't have COVID, y'all.
See, look, before the show started, I was like, I'm going to go get some water. And then she decided not to.
Yeah, I just have a mug of coffee with my dog on it. See, you got to brand. But anyway, so and my strategy for my marketing is I like to give folks information. But I don't know about, y'all, if you're listening, I don't like it to be every single thing that I post. It's like, go to my website. This is what I do. Nobody likes that because I don't know about y'all. I unfollow people all the time if that's all that I'm seeing. I do not care, ma'am. I do not care that you're trying to sell me, a bottle of shampoo or getting me to be scared about getting a will. What I do is I mix in, pictures of me or goofy comedy videos of me and Tubbs. I dress Tubbs up in a costume all the time. We do goofy videos, goofy pictures, like for an example. And this is just me. It works for me because
I like it.
I'm very animated, like a cartoon. We made a video the other day of her dressed as Genie from Aladdin. Don't sue me, Disney. Her dressed as Genie or a blue Genie from a Disney show, maybe. And then I was Jafar. So I did this short little goofy clip about
Aladdin,
me being Jafar, making wishes about what I wanted for my small business. Like, I wanted to make a lot of money. I wanted to, I don't remember, have clients pay and all these different things. And then we cut to Tubbs, and Tubbs is saying like, okay, you can do that, but all you need is a contract agreement. Like goofy, silly things that catch people's eye. They remember you, for better or for worse, as the girl with the dog. And they'll come for whatever they need. Now, of course, my website is where I've got my blogs and I link to them. And there's some solid information there. I'm a nerd. Like, I love to read. I love to write. I've been published 20 times at a bunch of different, journals in the country. I've got a book in the works on stuff. But
Awesome.
I still do it to where people are getting value if they go to it. They know that you're the resource to go to, but you're not just shoving it in their face. I just don't feel like that works for me. And again, all of this is just for me. I'm just one woman, one dog. If I had associates, maybe it would be different. I don't know, but I don't at the moment. And that's okay. So for now, we just post goofy videos with some good content too. We also do a lot of work in the community. So like pop-up booths, vendor booths at different places, just getting our face out there. We're really hands-on. And again, it goes back to just being genuine with the community. Like, I'm not throwing out T-shirts. I can, and I have, but I'm offering a value, and we're just there. We're just like you. We're just at this event hanging out. I
love it. I love all that stuff. So yeah, you got to do something different. You got to cut through the noise. You can't just sell on everything you put out there because no one's going to want to. I think realtors are bad with that. It's like, I just sold a house a day again, like every day, all day. It's like, So
what if we did that? What if I got a client today? I got 6 of them.
Yeah, that wouldn't work out too well. But I guess they have nothing else to do. But although I knew a few realtors that do very well. They put out good content, valuable stuff, things you didn't know when you're going to go buy a real estate or a commercial building or whatever. And it's like, okay, this is good stuff. This is stuff I didn't know. So yeah, but you got to be fun. You have to be different, unique. You got to find the channel that works for you. Again, I had an attorney on yesterday. She's in family law, divorce law, TikTok, million views per video on TikTok. So, and they're getting clients from it. So it works for them. It doesn't work for everyone. But you got to figure out what's going to work for you. Get your style, be unique. Like Amber's doing with the dog and being funny and having. I bet you got a lot of costumes lined up for Halloween.
I do. Actually, if you follow us at Sheppard Law LLC, you'll see them. We've got one for every week. And I do want to point out too, when I started this, if anyone's listening to this and you're like, oh, I really want to, be myself on social media or whatever. I was really concerned with ethics with the Bar Association. So just be careful. You can do it. You can do it correctly. Just, read your state's information to make sure you're all up to speed. But it can be done, and it can be done well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that's a big tip for everyone is, being unique, being yourself, and not trying to like make up some stuff. Or, I always laugh when I see like the personal injury attorneys that also ride Harleys and they do motorcycle and personal injury. And it's like, maybe some of them really do, but there's probably a lot of them that you can just tell they don't. So, like just be yourself. If you like to do something, whatever, just be yourself. I think people will like that. They'll see it and they'll respect it. So, but I love that. So, tell us a little bit more about Tubbs back there. Is he still sleeping?
Yeah, she's still sleeping. It's okay. And most of the thing I'm trying to move myself. Yeah, she's still sleeping. Her name is Tubbs because she's tubby. She's chunky. She likes to eat. But she is my service dog. I got her. She's 5 years old. I got her when she was 2. I had her trained. So that's another thing that I like to bring into my practice is, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. Just like Tubbs, I got her. She was already had some issues, but we worked through them. You can do whatever you want. It's America, y'all. Or if you're watching internationally, we're all global citizens, like that show that was on Sunday. But anyway, so that's Tubbs. She goes with me everywhere. I only don't take her to court. That's just a personal preference of mine. I take her to schools. We do a lot of public outreach. And on her off time, we go to assisted living homes, and she moonlights as a therapy dog with folks. Oh, wow. And usually when I say that, people are like, "Oh, are you trying to be like Better Call Saul?" And I'm like, "No, I'm being a good human." Like, because in the show, I guess he goes and he solicits folks. We don't do that. We just like to give back. But she is also our logo.
Yes. Yeah. So check out the branding on the website. It's actually really cool and different and light and airy and just not what you'd expect from a law firm website. I think it's completely different and it's fun. It's got funny stuff on there. I think it's definitely different. It's unique. So I would, check out her website. It's really cool. Yeah. So I just had to put my dog to sleep. She was 17, all Australian Sheppard. So that was not a fun time, but she stuck in there for quite a while. So
thanks for making us cry on a Tuesday, Kevin.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
But I think going back to what you just said is be a good human, right? So it's, be authentic and actually be doing good stuff, do good work, do stuff for the community. It's going to come back to you and you're going to get referrals and get business out of it. So 100%. So definitely agree with that. So what's, you just got, fully invested in this in April this year. You're like, oh, it's COVID, a pandemic. Let me start a business. That makes a lot of sense. I don't
want to make it too easy.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be easy compared to all the other jobs you had, in the beginning. So what are some of your plans? I mean, I know it's early, but what do you see like by the end of this year, next year, next couple of years? Have you thought that far ahead? But what is some of the kind of the growth plans? You mentioned an associate, bringing on some other people. What are you trying to accomplish in the next couple of years?
So my end goal is I'm in the middle of writing a book, and it goes to our editor at the end of the year. It's on service dog laws for businesses, but we have an entire series lined up. It has resources in it for folks so they can understand the laws, resources like training manuals, policies, procedures, reasonable accommodation forms that they can use. But that's going to be a whole series lined up. We've got a podcast in the works. Maybe you'll be on it. Just kidding. Well, not really, maybe. But that's the media side, of what we've got coming down the pipeline. I'm doing a lot of presentations regionally, and it's just expanded nationally. I got to fly out to North Carolina in a couple of weeks to do something there. But that's the Amber as the face side for the next couple of years, right? And the goal is to bring on like-minded associates. And I'm not looking to be this huge firm. Again, I don't know if you guys go, that's not me. That's not me. I like to be hands-on and keep it real. But bring on an associate to help me with some of the outreach, and also with of course the pleadings and stuff, the fun stuff. I guess if you're a lawyer, I like to write, and I like to go to court, but I don't like to go to court all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's why
stay out of court if you can.
Yeah. But that's the end goal there. And I got to milk Tubbs for all that she's worth because she's 5. No, that's a joke. I'm just being goofy. That's my trauma showing. But yeah, so that's the overall goal for the foreseeable future, is just to continue building the authentic brand and letting folks know that it's okay to be yourself, and it's okay to be yourself, and you can do great things even if you have a service dog or a medical or psychiatric condition.
Yeah, 100%. So I mean, not everyone wants to be this massive company or firm, and that's totally fine. You got to figure out what you want and go for it, and have a plan to get there, and do it how you want to be done and how you want to do it. So it's got to make sense for you, and so you know that, which is good. Sometimes people are kind of like, I'm not really sure, or they don't really have a defined plan. And then I have others that are like, they'll tell me like a step by step. How many people, how many offices, like literally like they have it figured out. So
that's impressive. I wish I could be more like that sometimes, but I'm just going to go for it and I'll figure it out along the way. That's why we hire folks like Areg and other media marketing folks to help us get where we need to be. Cause I mean, we're lawyers and we know what we want to do, but sometimes we need other folks to help get us there.
100%. And that's why we have our lawyers that bill us all the time, but help us a lot. I'm always like, dang, man, that's a big bill. But and so I was going to ask you a question too, for like the service dog stuff. Is there something that do you practice outside of the state?
Yeah, so I can, so service dog laws are federal, so I can consult or do what I need to do outside the state. I do that outside of the Sheppard law brand. I mean, you can contact me there, but it's for bar reasons. But I can do things nationally.
Excellent. That's what I was kind of thinking, but I wasn't, since it was new to me, I wasn't sure. So I assumed it was. So that's awesome. Okay. So that means, honestly, anyone listening, no matter where you're at in the country, you can be a resource, and it's something different. Honestly, I don't think I've heard of someone practicing in that area before. So that's
diary.
You heard it here first on the show. This is the only podcast to ever feature Amber and someone that works in that area of practice. Two big things today.
And just real quick takeaway for folks listening, you're lawyers, but if you are listening, the only 2 questions you can ask someone in a business, or if you think they have a service dog: 1, do you have a disability? Not what that disability is. Do you have a disability? If it's obvious, you can't ask. So if they're in a wheelchair, don't ask. They've got a disability. Do you have a disability? 2, is this dog trained to perform a specific task for your disability? Boom, the end. You can't ask them, show me the task. You can't ask them what the tasks are. That's it. Move on. That's my PSA for today.
All right, we're good. Well, that's interesting. Wow. Okay. So if you have that situation, then 2 questions. Bam. I assume that's going to be in your book.
It is. And it's also, there's some blogs about service dog and therapy dog laws on the website already.
Okay. Yep. Here we go. Go check it out.
Kevin's on it.
Also put in the comments so you guys can click on it too. So if you're watching now or later. Amber, great talking to you today. Really cool story, completely unique, which I love. So I think, another big takeaway for everyone, just, do you, be unique, be yourself. Your personal life can come through to your firm too. You don't have to have this like double life, and just be natural, be yourself, be genuine. So I think it's a good lesson today from Amber here. Love what you're doing. Sorry, Tubbs is sleeping, everyone, but maybe we can get Tubbs on the show in the future, and we'll do our best to book her. I'm sure she's busy though. So.
She's so busy. She's so busy sleeping.
Oh, Amber, is there any other way people can connect with you? You mentioned, I think, on social media. I'm sure they can get to you from there off the website.
They can find it on the website, but everything, again, branding is important. Everything is at Sheppard, SHEPPARD Law LLC. And Tubbs also has her own Instagram account, by the way, if y'all want to follow her. It's at Tubbs, TUBBS Club. Tubbs Club. That's
Tubbs
her.
Club.
She's on Instagram and Facebook. She responds when she can.
Well, here we got a question that just came in. Are those 2 questions you can ask on your website?
They are. They're on the website. There's about 4 different blogs about service dog laws. They're on there. And
okay, I guess
if you can't find it or you need more information, LinkedIn user, just email me at the website and I'll send it to you. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being for real.
LinkedIn user is a unique name, isn't it? That we don't know your name, but thank you so much for the question. And I think too, the Amber, they're asking, are these questions you could put on your website for your business?
Oh,
like if worded properly.
I think you can put that on your. Are they asking for like a contact form?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if it was like FAQs or like maybe it's the place of business that they would kind of put that up front somehow. I'm not sure.
You can list it. This is a wormhole. LinkedIn user, you need to email me. Well, I'll talk to you for free. I promise. There's some caveats to this, but yes, you can put it on your website. You cannot put it on your application right out the gate for if someone's coming to be an employee or contractor. There's some caveats here.
Excellent. Okay. Well, I would say LinkedIn user. I wish I knew who you were to thank you just for the question and tuning in. And yeah, reach out to Amber, go to her website. I'll put that in the comments, so you should be able to see that there. I'm sure she'll reach straight back out to you and hopefully can help you out. So cool. All right. Well, thank you for that. All right. Well, Amber, any last final words before we go?
Be fierce and kind.
I love it. And take a nap like Tubbs.
Yeah, take a nap.
Every once in a while. So, all right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Whether you're on the podcast, on LinkedIn, YouTube, now in the future, you check out Amber's episode soon. It'll be out on our website. She'll have a featured page on arraylaw.com/podcast. And then, of course, this will be up on our podcast version, which is streaming everywhere now. I believe we're on every platform, Google, Apple, Spotify, and all the other ones as well. So you can catch it there. So play this, get the tips that she just shared. Do your own thing, be different, and don't be afraid to do something that's outside of the box for a law firm, honestly. And if you need help growing your firm, doing marketing, doing some of the cool stuff that Amber's done, reach out to us, arraylaw.com. You can reach out to me, my team, whoever. We're also just like Amber. We're there to help. We're very small, focused on our clients, and just there to help. So whether or not you want to hire us or just have some questions, happy to help with anything you got. So that's all. Amber, stay on with me for a second. Everyone else, see ya. Have a good Tuesday.